Have you been wondering what the heck a homeschool co-op is? Well, you're not alone. In fact, many people I've spoken with who tried homeschooling and then put their kids back into public school said, had they known about co-ops, they might have continued homeschooling. So, what is a co op and how can it help with homeschooling? There are various definitions online that you can find, but basically, a homeschool co op is a group of families, whether 2, 20, or even more, who cooperatively come together to provide academic, enrichment, or social opportunities for their kids. And everyone in the group has some accountability for making it work. Stick with me till the end to hear about a specific elementary co op we did for 3 years that was incredible that you can copy. Co ops can meet in a variety of places, including people's homes, church classrooms, parks, libraries, etc. Some academic co ops may follow a curriculum, while others may be more freeform. When it makes sense, they can even include mixed ages with adjusted expectations on assignments for the various age groups. You may have also heard of the term homeschool pod, which is similar in its objective, but not necessarily identical in how it's run. Perhaps the parents don't take as active a role in the teaching as those in a co op. But honestly, there are many variations of pods and co ops for that matter, that sometimes the lines blur on what someone is calling a co op versus a pod. But you know what? It doesn't really matter what you call it. Just do what works best for your kids, yourself, and your family as you team up with other families. Obviously, making sure that you understand what you're signing up for. So, here are the main types of co ops: academic co ops, offering courses or classes in academic subjects; enrichment co ops, which offer things not necessarily covered in the academic co ops, like cooking, sports and PE, arts and crafts, music, and drama, many of which I'll share more about at the end. Field trip co-ops, one of our favorites, which offer a variety of field trip opportunities to the families who participate. Clubs and organizations. There might be some parents who want to start a club around their child's interest, and they may take the lead on running it, like photography club or robotics club, drama club, debate club. These can even be related to an outside organization like 4-H or Scouts. Hey, I'm Kathleen Rumford, and I homeschooled my two daughters across 15 years through high school and have mentored and coached many homeschool parents along the way. I also helped run a homeschool high school, led the yearbook team for 3 years, helped coordinate proms and graduations, so I was very engaged all through the homeschooling years. To make sure you don't miss any of my videos on homeschooling, please subscribe to my channel. Even by liking or commenting, you're telling the algorithm that this was valuable and they'll push it out to help more people. So, let's start with a few fun co-ops before we talk about academics. First up is the field trip co-op that our family was part of, where many families signed up. I think we had like 30 families, but it doesn't necessarily need to be that large. Our families agreed to arrange 2 field trips during the year. That gave us a huge number and a large variety of field trips to choose from, oftentimes with a group discount. Then we just went on the ones that made sense for our family. These ranged from the planetarium, state parks, museums, pumpkin patches, the zoo, aquarium, historical sites, restaurant tours, bowling alley tour, educational music venues, etc. This was a favorite of ours all during homeschooling. It is a great way to ease into meeting people and finding those you vibe with without making a large commitment. We also had a writing club that had about 10 to 12 families that met once a month, with kids ranging from 5 to 15 years old, sharing something that they wrote that month, presenting it in front of the group if they were willing, and it was cool to see the kids learning from each other. The older kids encouraged the younger kids, and the younger kids could see what was possible and looked up to the older kids. Don't get me wrong, there were times that my littles didn't want to read in front of the group. But over time, as they built familiarity with everyone and how things worked, they were more confident to share. And then for those who were interested, you could bring a packed lunch and the moms could hang out while the kids played. Before I share about academic co-ops, I want to mention a meal co-op that we were part of with 3 other families. The moms met each month to plan out the schedule and the meals so it went smoothly during the month. Then each of the families cooked 1 meal a week for all 4 families. We involved our kids in this once a week meal preparation, which gave them lots of learning opportunities. Plus, we didn't have to cook every night, which was really awesome. Now, let's jump into some of the academic co-ops where the parents share teaching. This can include multiple age groups, which we experienced a number of times, and our girls are 4 years apart. We just adjusted expectations as needed. One way to share teaching is for 2 to 3 families to join forces, and one parent teaches one subject for the whole year or semester, like science, and another parent takes on another subject, like history, and perhaps a third parent takes on another subject, like foreign language or art. This allows a parent to focus on a subject that they have stronger interest in and let someone else focus on something that they're interested in. This not only helps the parents, but it's more beneficial to the students as well to have a teacher with a passion for the subject matter. Another way to share teaching of a course is by each parent teaching a portion of the subject's material. We did this with science a number of times, where we teamed up with a few families and split the curriculum so that each parent took a portion or multiple portions staggered throughout the year. There are many ways to do this. For example, if you have 4 families, you may just split the curriculum up into 4 quarters, and one parent takes an entire quarter. Depending on the number of kids, one other parent may be needed to be on hand as a helper, or at least for experiments, if it's a science class. The curriculum could also be split so that a parent takes 2 separate months, for example, and they don't necessarily need to be consecutive months. A lot of this depends on how breaking up the curriculum makes sense and how many parents will be teaching. One of my absolute favorite shared teaching co-ops was with 6 to 8 families who had daughters in the early elementary years, and the moms all took turns doing fun academic or enrichment mini unit studies with the girls. Each mom led a unit study over the course of a month, meeting every other week, and then another mom took the following month. Such a variety and absolutely incredible. We did this for a few years, and honestly, it was such a special part of homeschooling for me with my younger daughter. But this can easily be done with boys, a mixed group, and with older ages. To copy the details on how to run this type of co-op, how to adapt it, and on the many unit studies we did across the years, check out my video linked at the end and the description for the books we used. Keep in mind that as you participate in co-ops and build community, there are more opportunities for holiday parties and end-of-year parties, game nights with other families, young and old, dances and prom, and even graduations, whether from kindergarten or high school, all of which can enhance your homeschooling and your social lives. Before you check out these videos here, if you have any questions or comments, please drop them in the comment section below, and subscribe to this channel for more on homeschooling and personal finance and entrepreneurial literacy for kids and teens. Till next time, take care and God bless.